testing lab integrity is huge.
Oh
We're
yeah.
seeing we're seeing THC inflation all over the country, and every single state we're seeing it happen. And it's to the detriment of the consumer because THC is not the number that drives the experience. And we have seen it go so far out of control now with THC reports in these like upper 30s, lower 40s that it's not even real. We know that there is fraud occurring.
Yeah.
And there are simple ways to combat this. We can have secret shopper programs where you have a state employee purchase products from the dispensary and go send it back to a lab, a different lab than the one that tested it. Or you can do it blind and send it to the same lab that tested it just to see if the results stack up. And the scientists have been doing studies see how much the product degrades because the claim would be, oh, it's not what it tested at. It's not 43% when you retested it because it was in a jar for 6 weeks. No, the percentage of degradation is extremely low. So if it doesn't test within like 1 or 2 percentile points of where it's labeled, then there was something fishy happening. So being able to have reform for secret shopping is huge, and also being able to punish labs. There are states that have no
Yes.
oversight for labs. There are states that have no punishment or enforcement network for labs because we just assumed that scientists were going to be trustworthy and capitalism wasn't going to affect their business
Yeah.
model. And I think the most fascinating thing that I've seen, the most fascinating piece of data that I've been shown on this front is that when there's I forget which state it was. I think it was Jersey. They altered they adjusted the baseline mold limits, the yeast and mold limits. So in Jersey, yeah, it was Jersey. You look at the chart of all the data, and there's just a line, and all of the test results are below the line. They just get up to the line, but for some reason they never get to the line. It's like, oh, it's like mold just wasn't allowed to grow, and then they changed the law, saying that that number was arbitrarily too low. So they changed the law. It became more flexible. All of a sudden, people didn't start failing, but they started testing at numbers that would have otherwise failed previously the day before. And that's where you're like, okay, something weird is happening. Why was everything below this limit until they changed the law? But now there's no more incentive to keep it low. So now it's just poof. And it happened right away.